Hi, this is Hafsa. In this video, we will talk about expected questions from the pre-release material. Our goal is to fully understand the pre-release material so that we can explain our techniques, we can explain how we are validating the input, we can explain why we are taking certain variables, we can explain how are we performing a certain task, so that any question related to this pre-release can be answered easily. Apart from few typical questions such as list 3 important variables used in task 1, write the pseudocode or program or flowchart for the task 1, I have compiled a few questions in which you are asked about the techniques you have used in the pre-release. So these questions will ensure that you have understood the pre-release really well. So first question is list 3 arrays used in task 1, also describe the usage. So I have a string array item category 17. In the pseudocode I did initialize the array with all the values, but here you will be provided limited space and they have not asked you about the values in the array, so it's fine if you just write the length of array and the data type and the name. Okay, so item category array is used to store and access item categories, same as the item description. But item prices array has one more usage. We are using this array to calculate total prices of the purchased items as well. And our next question is how you made the customer pick only one case, one RAM and one hard disk drive. This was the requirement in the task 1, that the customer can only choose one case, one RAM and one hard disk drive. So first think about how you did it without looking at the answer. Just think, we used a for loop to display the items, we then took input, we then validated the input. We were not taking input in the for loop and we were not taking the input again and again. So this ensures that input was taken once for the case, input was taken once for the RAM and once for the hard disk drive. So we have to write this now. So my answer would be that we have used a for loop to display case details from these arrays. Then we took input after the loop. This is important to mention. Input was the index number of case in above mentioned arrays. Then validated the input according to the cases available. So this is my sample pseudocode I have written to emphasize my point. If the examiner has not understood by the words, then I should write the code itself. This way the customer was limited to select only one case. Same process was applied for RAM and hard disk drives. So this pretty well explains my answer. Next question is explain how you stored the details of chosen items with their prices. You can include pseudocode or programming statements as part of your explanation. So what we did was we stored the location of chosen item from the arrays. You can write any array name. I just wrote item description array. I'm just storing the index, and index of the item is same in item prices, item categories, item description and item code. So it doesn't matter whatever you write here. Okay, now I have mentioned the new array chosen item list. The same index points to the price of an item in the item prices array. This is also an important point to mention because we are not storing the prices in a separate array, we are just storing the index in a separate array. So I have written a programming statement here. Next I'll describe the statement and the process. For example, if the second case, first RAM and third hard disk drive was selected, my chosen item list would be 1, 2 and 7. Later we iterated the chosen item list to extract its content. We can say we have used the for loop here, and the extracted content is used to index prices array, which means item prices 1 is 150, item prices 2 is 79, item prices 7 is 129. So you see, you can use any examples from the table to display the to emphasize your point. It doesn't matter which items you choose, you have to place correct index here and then locate their prices. And next question is explain how you calculated the total price of the computer. You can include pseudocode or programming statements as part of your explanation. So in the last question we were only asked about how you stored their prices. Now they are asking about the total price. So I'll repeat this stuff. But then instead of giving the example in all details, I say that we iterated the chosen item list to extract its content using for loop, and the extracted content is used to index the prices array, and we added up the prices in same loop. So now I'll just add the code for the loop. I have removed the print statement. it was not needed here. So final price is basic price, which was 200, and then we used a for loop. This is my chosen item list. The name itself speaks for it, and item is the content in chosen item list, and the content is added. The content of the item prices array is added in final price. Okay, so next question is, the cost of basic set of components in computer has been changed to $300 instead of $200. Explain the changes you would make to your program to calculate the total price. You can include pseudocode or programming statements as part of your explanation. Since they have asked for the changes, they have not asked you for the whole pseudocode. So I'll just say that we have a variable that's named basic price. We will change the value in basic price. You can say that I have not written the explanation here, but you can write that since the basic price variable was used to calculate the total price, and the whole remaining process is fine, it is not supposed to be changed, so we do not have to make any further changes in our program. Next question is, write an algorithm for task 1 using either pseudocode, programming statements, or a flowchart. So I have written the whole algorithm for task 1 and pasted it here. Change the algorithm to ensure that the customer must buy an operating system as well with the case, RAM, and main hard disk drive. Also assume that the data structures for storing data about computer components have already been initialized with predefined values. Predefined values mean it's already been initialized, like I have put an example here. We don't need to write the whole item category array here. I just wrote it to show you the index of operating system. So the index of operating system is 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. So there are 2 operating systems starting from 15. What I'll do here is I'll go at the end of my hard disk drive loop. Here I'll just copy this whole stuff and paste it here. So now I'll change here optical operating system. My item category location would be 15. I just showed you, and then I'll print the operating system detail. There are only 2 operating systems, so my for loop will be 0 to 2, and this will be discarded as well. Input is validated and stored in the chosen item list. So that's all. That's what you have to change. Next, the prices loop will be the same. I'll discuss further questions in my next video. If you have any questions in mind, you can comment below. See you in next video with more questions.